I alone down here? We investigate the most haunted houses in America, the Conjuring House.
Whoa!
The Exorcism of Anneliese Michelle. The Mission San Francisco Solano.
Oh, I'll tell you, it looks creepy from here.
The one place I vowed I would never return, the Sallie house.
Sallie, I swear to Christ!
So we're about to discuss a case of demonic possession so chilling and controversial that it actually became the movie The Exorcism of Emily Rose. What follows is the true story that inspired that, The Exorcism of Anneliese Michelle.
Ooh.
It's one of the few actual cases of demonic possession that went to court.
All right. Wait, did they sue the demon?
You'll find out.
Okay.
Born in 1952 in the small town of Klingenberg in Bavaria, Germany, Anneliese Michelle was raised as a strict Catholic and was described as very bright and likable. In September 1968, when Anneliese was 16 years old, she experienced her first episode of losing consciousness, and later that night, she felt as if something was pressing down on her chest, pinning her to her bed. 11 months later, in August 1969, a similar event occurred, and her mother took Anneliese to their family doctor, Dr. Vogt, and a neurologist, Dr. Luthi, who examined her and even ran an EEG, a brain scan, but found nothing wrong. They hypothesized that it could possibly be a form of seizure. Over the next 3 years, Anneliese would have 2 more similar episodes and was prescribed 2 medications, an anticonvulsant medication and an anti-seizure medication called Dilantin. On both occasions, an EEG would come back normal, with some minor irregular patterns, but nothing that would definitively explain her symptoms.
What year was this?
This was in 1969.
Okay, I'm fine with that so far. That sounds real.
Okay.
Little spiders on me. Sorry if I blew it on you.
Well, you did. It was in spring 1973 that things took a turn for the stranger. Anneliese began to hear knocking sounds in her bedroom, sounds her sisters would hear as well. But even more alarming, Anneliese also reported hearing a voice damning her to hell. Her mother was further rattled when she witnessed Anneliese furiously staring at a statue of the Virgin Mary with, quote, eyes turned black, jet black, and her hands seemed to turn into thick paws with claws.
What? Those are some chunky paws on her daughter. Uh-oh.
You know what? Let's move on. Let's not get caught up on the bare hands. I shouldn't have even said that part.
Yeah, we can't move past her having paws.
I knew you weren't gonna like that. I'm just gonna move past.
She had little kitty cat paws.
In September 1973, in a neurological visit with Dr. Luthi, Anneliese described horrific visions of demon faces that were tormenting her and stated that she felt the devil was inside her. She also reported smelling something that had the aroma of burnt feces, a stench that many around her would report smelling at later times.
Why do all these people know what burnt feces smells like?
Well, I could imagine it just smells like feces,
like
but a little,
shit on fire?
a little smokier. Fucking, oh fuck, is that a bee? See what you get? This is what you get. Yes, sick 'em. Oh, fuck. Around this time, Anneliese's mother described these strange occurrences to Dr. Luthi, who, according to Mrs. Michelle, advised them to consult a Jesuit, a claim that Dr. Luthi would later deny.
Yeah, that's a bad doctor.
Yeah, I mean, if he said that,
Don't go see it.
that's fucked up, right?
Yeah.
Whether or not that's true, the family definitely searched for a priest and eventually found a priest named Father Alt. In November 1973, Anneliese met with a Freudian psychiatrist who diagnosed her as a neurotic with possible epilepsy, and another neurologist found she had, quote, epileptic patterns, and took her off Dilantin and put her on Tegretol, a much stronger drug. In July 1975, Anneliese's extremely odd behavior worsened. She barely slept and prayed fervently all night. She ate spiders and flies, and even licked her own urine up from the floor. She destroyed rosaries, crucifixes, and holy pictures on the walls. Anneliese also exhibited strength that was, quote, close to superhuman, throwing her sister, quote, as if she were a rag doll, and incredibly was observed effortlessly squeezing an apple with one hand until, quote, fragments exploded throughout the room.
I bet I could squeeze an apple till it exploded.
I bet you $1 million you couldn't.
Here we go. I mean, this is Germany. This is before preservatives.
You hear that in the distance? It's the excuse train coming.
Wait for it. You're full of shit, Ryan. We're going.
But now you can't see 2 hands.
What? She definitely used 2 hands.
You said 1 hand.
Okay. But still, that's not like a amazing metric.
A priest named Father Rodewick, a man considered an expert on exorcisms by his peers, reported that he was convinced that Anneliese was possessed, and after deliberation with the bishop, an exorcism on Anneliese was formally approved. It was to be carried out by a priest named Father Renz. On September 24th, 1975, the first exorcism rite was performed. Father Renz allowed some of the exorcism sessions to be recorded, and 42 audio recordings of the exorcisms were made in total. I'm gonna play some clips from those recordings, but fair warning, these recordings are perhaps the most disturbing pieces of audio I've ever heard.
Wann bist du überhaupt hier?
Ich hab verrichtet, so dass ich in dem Wald rein bin. Ich trag dir die Rotznase noch so lang, bis es leer wird. Du bist saublöde Weib. Für uns geht's kein Zurück. Nee! In alle Ewigkeit!
You know, she's screaming. She's giving it 110%.
I mean, do you think that sounds like it came out of a girl? Like,
Yes, it sounds like a girl doing a funny voice.
your unrelenting skepticism is exhausting. It drains me of all happiness and energy, and I hope you know that.
Sag mir den Namen.
Wer ich, der Judas und der Nero, der Kain und der Hitler. Fünfstimme.
Das ist der Sechste.
Oh, den haben wir gelogen.
Den habt ihr dazu gelogen.
That's all. We're all here. I ran out of evil people to think of. The blonde man from Die Hard is also in here. Skeletor from Masters of the Universe. Heath Ledger's Joker. Not Jack Nicholson. He was too cartoonish.
You had your fun,
Yeah, I've had my fun.
Okay.
Anneliese also named Fleischmann as one of her demons and provided accurate details of the real Fleischmann, who was a priest in the 1500s that was kicked out of the church for bad behavior. These details came as an icy shock to Father Alt, who claims Anneliese would have no way of knowing Fleischmann.
That is the only thing that is strange to me. All the other stuff is just things that a person could do.
To learn more about demonic possession, we sat down with Father Gary Thomas, a Vatican-approved exorcist, who explained to us different signs of possession. All of these Anneliese had.
One would be an aversion to the sacred. So a person walks in this church and can't look at a crucifix, and you only see the whites of their eyes. Another would be knowledge of hidden things, where the demon will begin to tell you things about yourself that the person themselves would have no way of knowing. Another would be possessing a kind of inordinate physical strength they don't normally possess. Then the last sign is sort of epileptic-like seizures on a person's face and the movement of their arms and legs in a way where they lose complete control.
By May, Anneliese became even worse, banging her head against the wall and biting herself and others, to the point where her family had to tie her up to prevent her from hurting herself. But most dangerously, Anneliese refused to eat. She described it as, quote, not being permitted to eat. Despite being quite frail, likely weighing under 80 pounds, she exhibited great strength when people tried to restrain her.
Yeah, I just feel bad for her at this point.
Yeah, I do feel bad for
She's
her.
definitely tortured.
By June, Anneliese's entire face was sunken. She also refused a doctor visit, even though she had a very high fever. On June 30th, Anneliese had another exorcism, only saying please, absolution. The next morning, her family went to her room and found her dead. Despite seeking medical attention early on, Anneliese refused to submit to medical attention in the end, as she and her family ultimately placed all faith of recovery into the exorcisms. She died of starvation at the age of 23 after 67 exorcisms, weighing only 68 pounds at the time of her death.
Do you think that just made her, like, buy into it more? If people started exercising me on the reg.
Exercising you on the reg?
Yeah, I might eventually be like, I guess I'm demons.
I would agree with that frame of mind, but Anneliese's belief that she was possessed predates
all
the exorcisms or the priests or any of that stuff. After her death, Anneliese's parents and the two priests were accused of negligent homicide, and the case went to trial in 1978. What follows are the two sides of that case. First, let's review the position of the defense. The defense presented eyewitness testimony and formally submitted the recordings as evidence of possession, an idea that the court never seemed to take seriously. From a non-religious standpoint, the defense argued Anneliese was permitted to deny medical treatment, as was her lawful right. For what it's worth, medical treatment might have included tranquilizing her, force-feeding her, and electroshock therapy. Quote, all presumably against her will, end quote. Family friend Thea Hine recalled in her testimony that in 1976, a few months before Anneliese's death, Anneliese reportedly, quote, begged on her knees for Hine to not suggest medical attention to anybody. Also worth noting is the fact that Father Alt actually looked for medical help towards the end. And on May 30th, his friend, Dr. Richard Roth, visited Anneliese out of what he claims was scientific curiosity and not as a physician.
He just was like, look, I'm not here as a doctor. I just want to see some of this crazy shit.
I know, who fucking says that?
I want to see this girl eat some spiders.
That's like something you say when you go to the zoo, not when you go see someone that's tied up.
That is a bad man right there.
Okay.
In his visit, Dr. Roth claims Anneliese had no external injuries, although Father Renz noted she had several bruises, a swollen cheek, and black eyes. An interesting contradiction, to say the least. Dr. Roth also denied saying, quote, there are no injections against the devil, end quote.
Shady.
Shady as fuck.
Yeah.
Curiously, in spite of all the supposed epileptic attacks, an autopsy revealed Anneliese had a healthy brain with no damage that could have caused epileptic seizures. Quote, not even on a microscopic level, end quote.
What say you to that?
I mean, you know, look, I'm not a, what's a brain scientist? What
A
do we call it?
neurologist?
Yeah, there we go. Sorry, it's been a long day. I'm not a neurologist. I don't know what the...
It's funny that you said that because the neurologist said the exact same thing.
He said I'm not a neurologist?
Probably it sounds like it. He might as well.
Look, I don't fucking know.
I don't know. Go visit a Jesuit. Jesus.
Just get your shit stink out of my office.
And even more curious was the court's seeming non-consideration of facts, such as her pupils being unusually dilated and the absence of ulcers on her body, which are frequently found in victims of starvation.
Okay, all right.
Any quotes on that?
I mean, you know.
This is great. The tables have turned, in my opinion.
Now, let's review the position of the prosecution. The prosecution argued that Anneliese had epilepsy and psychosis, and that the parents and two priests were liable for failing to act to save her life. The defense tore down notions of possession. They questioned the credibility of Father Alt, with the conclusion from two experts that Father Alt exhibited signs of schizophrenia.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Yeah, that's weird.
That's weird.
He wasn't the guy that was doing the exorcisms, but he was the guy that initially helped Anneliese in the beginning.
The prosecution also argued that the medications given successfully suppressed the epilepsy-like seizures, and argued that that suppression morphed into, quote, a delusional psychosis associated with epilepsy, end quote. They argued that Anneliese's psychosis was exacerbated by the exorcism, which only played into her fantasy. To piggyback on that, Anneliese often went through phases between exorcisms where she behaved normally, even though she would behave as a possessed person during exorcisms. It's unclear if the epilepsy-like seizures were stopped by medication or if they actually stopped on their own. But Anneliese's psychotic visions predate the alleged medical suppression.
Weird. Sorry.
Basically, they're saying that the psychosis was brought on by the suppression of the drugs.
Yeah.
But this psychosis
happened.
predates the drugs.
Yeah.
Exactly.
In the end, the court ruled in favor of the prosecution, sentencing the four defendants to 6 months in prison with suspension for 3 years and payment for all court costs. The court ruled that Anneliese was unable to make decisions for herself and should have been forced to submit to medical care. Professor Felicitas D. Goodman, an author of a book on the case, notes the theories that Anneliese was epileptic were presented as, quote, a statement of undisputable fact, not conjecture, as in fact they had been, end quote. How do you tell the difference between possession and mental health?
Sometimes both are going along side by side. You have to determine what is the root cause of the suffering of this individual. You start out with a discernment, and the discernment involves myself and a whole team of people. I have a medical doctor, a clinical psychologist, and a psychiatrist. In fact, a formal exorcism only happens as the last resort.
Given the evidence that we've seen and all the strange occurrences and the voices, I think there is sufficient evidence to not conclusively rule out that she was possessed beyond a reasonable doubt.
Sure.
So you acknowledge that?
I acknowledge there's a lot of factors in this case. I personally think there's something going on with mental health, and I also think that 67 exorcisms probably don't leave your mind in a good spot.
I could see both sides. I could see how it would be mental health. I could see how it would be possession. I lean towards possession. That being said, she should have gone to the hospital.
Yeah, get that girl to a hospital, please.
She's possessed or not, fucking force her to go to the hospital and let the doctors be like, holy shit, the shit's floating around.
PSA, if your kid's eating spiders.
Don't take him to an exorcist. Take him to an exorcist, but do it at the hospital.
No, don't take them straight to the hospital.
You can do both. That's what I'm saying. You can do both. You can have it happen at the hospital.
Okay, that's fine, yeah.
Regardless of the court ruling, many have debated what actually led to Anneliese's death. Was it a case of mental illness, possibly epilepsy? Or was this a legitimate case of demonic possession? Whatever the real reason may be, the case of Anneliese Michelle is a tragedy and will always remain unsolved.
Well, we're finally here. The Conjuring House.
Gorgeous night.
Normally for, Hollywood, they make the house spookified and all that stuff, but
I think it actually looks nicer in the film.
in the middle of the woods, no less.
No one will hear us
Scream,
get
yeah,
our
very good.
insides pulled out.
Well, shall we?
Get on in there, Burgoos.
This week, on the season premiere of the final season of BuzzFeed Unsolved Supernatural, we investigate the Arnold estate as part of our ongoing investigation into the question, are ghosts real? Now, considered by many to be one of the most haunted houses in America, many people know this place by another name, the Conjuring House. That's right, in our final season, we are finally going to sleep and investigate in the Conjuring House, the house that inspired the first Conjuring film. And as you do know, and as everybody else there knows, I will only do one demonic investigation per season.
Okay.
And herein lies my sacrifice for this season. We're just starting off with it.
Yeah, I guess so. Might as well. Hey, if you're gonna get wet, you might as well go swimming. That's what I say.
Are you kind of like a dip your toes in the pool kind of guy? Or
I
are you
literally
like
just fucking said, if you're gonna get wet, you might as well
yeah,
go
I'm
swimming.
asking you by the methodology.
I'm jumping!
Well, then that's
I
the...
laid my ass on a pentagram. Do you think I'd dip my toes in the pool?
I don't know, maybe you kind of are a guy who likes to work your way in.
Absolutely
That goes
not.
against everything I do know about you, but I just wanted to give you the courtesy of
The
asking.
Ghoul Boy promise is that we get wet. Right?
I guess that's the slogan we're running with this last season, so...
Get ready to get wet out there.
Well, let's get into it.
Built in 1736 in Harrisville, Rhode Island, the 3,100 square foot home still sits on the original stone foundation that dates back to before the American Revolution. The 3-bedroom, 2-bath house went on to endure the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, and relentless storms, including the hurricane of 1938 that destroyed many other homes and barns in the south of New England.
That's an old ass house.
It is an
No,
old
final
ass house.
season, let's get right into it. That's an
Hey,
old
man.
ass house.
I can guarantee you this, every house we're going to be in is going to be old as hell.
A former resident of the home theorized that the Arnold estate's resilience may be due to a far more nefarious reason, that the home is in fact, quote, a portal cleverly disguised as a farmhouse, end quote. And unfortunately for one family, that portal would lie dormant until they moved in, and the Arnold estate became a living nightmare.
Sometimes houses just be creepy. There's not really any particular reason
Houses be
why
creeping, yeah.
this house is creepy or, as you like to say, a hellmouth.
Yeah.
But sometimes I kind of like the idea of a family just being patient zero just because.
Yeah.
Like everyone seems to think that the devil has this kind of intricate plan and things have to make sense. What if sometimes he just spins a globe and it's just
throws a dart at the board, yeah.
right there. That's where I'm gonna take a dump on a family.
I mean, that makes the most sense. He's sort of an agent of chaos, you know?
I'm not scared of this demon.
Yes, you are.
I am. Why don't we go back outside?
Oh, do you not like it in here?
Yeah, I love it in here, dude.
Do you not like the vibes?
Yeah, I love that they made a successful horror franchise off of how horrific this house is.
Judging by one room, I think this might be the nicest place we've ever stayed.
You said that everywhere we've gone.
Well, I find them very charming. This place could make a killing on Airbnb. This place is a lot more rustic
I guess so. Yeah, it's more cabin-like, that's for sure.
in a way that I find very sexy.
Hey, look at this, our old pal.
Yeah, what is this, a replica? She doesn't go on tour?
No, this is a replica. I don't think they would allow the real Annabelle to be, I guess, a dining room table.
We've met your sister. She was weak sauce. Now she lives in my rib cage. What do you think of that?
I'm just unnerved by a house that's evil and horrible for no reason. Are you not? I actually find it more comforting to know, well, obviously horrible things happened here, therefore.
Take this opportunity. It was missed, but I just fully watched that door swing open and freaked out.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me. So.
This place is full of them tonight. Who we just entered.
How could.
Folks, he's already got the wiggles. We got a class 5 wiggler here, he ain't feeling it. Now that's your little ghost alarm. Is this the one that...
This door opened from that way.
It's not doing it now.
What the fuck?
I mean, it seems to be prone to that.
Already doing it, huh?
Well, you know. Did you ladies do this? Huh?
I'd like to do a little test. Perhaps the house is old. Maybe the moving around could make it open.
Okay. That's a lot of jumping. Okay. Yep, that's a good test, I guess. All right. Okay, all right, you dropped your little ghost thing.
Did that satisfy you?
Yeah, but I would like to point out that with just, you know.
It was a little bit harder of a push than you thought. It was a little harder of a push than that.
No, but I'm saying like
let
when
the record show that your
wedged,
face.
But look at this. Scary.
Yeah, but it was definitely closed.
Okay, maybe it wasn't though. Who's in here? Okay, we got more of the Annabelles. And there's Ryan Bergara. What are you look afraid?
In this library, our audio recorder picked up these unexplained voices.
Wait, it's reaction. Wait, it's reaction. Wait, it's reaction.
It said that books fly off this shelf.
Oh.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that is kind of cool.
Bookcase right here, guys. Take a book off of it. Slap me in the kisser. I want some text on my lips.
Don't do that with your lips.
Come on, right there. Don't you want to throw a book at this cocky little, by some accounts, decent looking face?
Is this the season of smooching ghosts? Okay, what if this is our new test for the season? We close our eyes and we both make kissy faces and see if either of us get kissed by a ghost.
No, this is the technique that you learn at ghost hunting school. They teach you this on day 1.
Best in the biz. I didn't feel anything.
I didn't feel anything either.
This room is clear!
In December of 1970, Roger and Carolyn Perron, along with their 5 daughters, Nancy, Christine, Andrea, Cindy, and April, moved into the Arnold estate. According to her first-hand account, Andrea Perron said that her mother Carolyn, quote, discovered the farm quite by accident, back in June of that same year. While Andrea remembers the previous owner of the property as, quote, an elderly gentleman who captured our hearts with his kindness and generous spirit, other sources report that neighbors told the Perrons to, quote, leave the lights on at night upon their move into the historic house.
Do you think that elderly gentleman was the fucking devil?
It's possible. Would you make a deal with the devil?
Yeah.
What would it be for?
Whatever.
Just a general
Whatever
deal?
he's got, I'll take it.
You'd have an overall deal with the devil?
How would you? Why are you already shaking my hand?
Wait, I don't know how I feel about this. Maybe I don't want to make a deal. Let's settle down now.
It's too late. You're in contract with Shane Madej now.
The Perrons' experiences with the supernatural started fairly innocently. Carolyn would find herself noticing small things, like a broom being out of place, strange noises coming from different rooms, or piles of dust in the kitchen where she'd just swept. In the beginning, the Perron family believed the apparitions they began to witness within the Arnold estate to be benevolent. The spirits would act up, or become increasingly loud when guests would be over. Carolyn Perron once saw 2 men sitting in the dining room, one of whom looked directly at her, then pointed to her so the other man could get a look. Andrea joked that, to them, she was the ghost. Recently in this area of the house, one woman heard a disembodied clap and observed the apparition of a woman in a white dress just outside the kitchen window. Others have even heard a woman's voice greet them with an eager and welcoming hello.
So this is the dining room. I have a thermal cam set up in my hand here, and that's because They saw a woman in white outside these windows.
Woman in white. Where the white lady's at?
I don't know, I feel like you should say it differently, but I guess that works. Is there anybody in here with us right now? My name is Ryan.
I'm Shane.
If there's anybody who would like to communicate, make your presence known. You can move something. You could touch one of us.
Give us a massage. Hey, we're back in the saddle after 2 years of not ghost hunting. You know how sad that makes me? Ooh.
It makes him so sad.
It makes me so sad, and now I'm here with my friend, and this is the first time we're back on the trail. I mean, how long has it been since we just walked around a room together and looked at the stuff?
That's true.
Check this shit out. Whoa.
The fucking creepy
Hey,
chandelier.
why are they hanging dead plants from the ceiling?
That's actually kind of unnerving. I don't like that.
It looks like some witch stuff, but all due respect to the witches out there.
This is also the room where two gentlemen were spotted by Carolyn Perron, just sitting there, and they pointed at her as if she was the ghost.
Love that. Love a confused ghoul.
Love an others situation.
Yeah.
Who's in this house?
Can I sit down?
You can sit down. Why not?
I'll join you.
Come take a seat on Papa's lap.
No.
Okay, the chair works too.
Yeah.
All right, folks. I'm gonna ask again. Who is in this house? I know there's something demonic here, but why?
What are you doing here? What's the deal?
What's your name?
What's your whole situation?
Are there any other entities here that aren't demonic?
What if someone's just like, yeah, hi, my name's Greg.
There's a freaky lady downstairs. And dare I say, I think she wants to hurt me.
She won't talk to me.
So now we're going into the kitchen. Apparently they picked up an EVP in here of a woman saying hello, as well as a disembodied clap, kind of like the film. And a lady, a woman in white, staring through this window very creepily. I'm not gonna lie, if I came in here to make myself a bag of popcorn on the stove or in this microwave, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to eat this popcorn. Ah!
Oh yeah, you saw
A face
lady
right there?
Yeah.
I'd lose my mind. I'd shit my pants.
Anybody out there?
Hello?
No, I don't see anybody.
Seeing as how this is the Conjuring House, I'm sure you guys are used to this. I have in my hand right here a device. And for the first time this season, we're breaking it out.
Let's start the end of this series correctly.
Shayna, why don't you tell the folks what this is?
Well, ghosts, this is a stupid little radio. Come on, man. You gotta give us some heads up on that. You can't just fucking record that.
I got tired of you yakking.
Demon! Where's the demon at? Come on!
Okay, come on, take it easy. Fuck it. What's the non-human entity in this house?
Oh, he's off. He's off and running now. He found his courage.
What is the non-human entity in this house? What's in this kitchen with us right now? My name is Ryan.
I'm Shane.
If you want to communicate with us, say our names back to us.
Say them backwards. It'd be fun for the viewers, because then they could reverse it and be like, what did he say? It'd be like a cool ARG.
Yeah.
We invite you to make a nice little home in the soul of Ryan Bergara.
No, in the soul of Shane Madej.
For some time, the parents peacefully coexisted in their home along with the spirits trapped within. The youngest Perron daughter, April, became friends with a spirit who lived in her closet. April believed the spirit in her closet to be Oliver Richardson, although the ghost could also have been Olive Richardson, a woman who died in 1867 and whose grave marker is just 10 short miles from the Arnold estate.
Any kind of entity that befriends a child, especially the youngest child, I don't like that.
Nah, dude.
I don't like that.
Don't be a creep. Yeah.
That ghost is up to no good.
Oh, for sure.
I don't trust this ghost.
Well, they prey on the vulnerable. Children are, they're more susceptible to things.
Do you think that's why they prey on me instead of you?
Because you look like a child?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think I'm lifting all these weights?
Who's this buff little boy?
Who's that buff 6-year-old? I'm gonna haunt him, but
let's haunt his ass.
I'm a little scared about this one. So this is April's bedroom. This was the youngest of the Perron daughters. And she was said to have a little pal who lived in that little closet right there, named Oliver. However, when talking to the site rep here, they actually said that the little boy that hangs out there is actually named Manny.
Oh.
People have caught said little boy on thermal.
Oh, so you got your little
So I got my thermal here.
predator cam out.
Oh look, I sat on that rocking chair right before we started rolling here, and you could see my whole
Whoa!
ass mark. Man, that's a hot ass.
That's a hot
That's
ass.
the hottest ass the internet's ever seen. God damn, look at those buns!
Let me sit in this chair and see if the wood retains anything.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Okay. Oh, this is fun. Okay, I'm gonna try and be real warm.
Yeah, think warm thoughts. Think Chipotle.
Anything?
Oh yeah, dude, look at this. You are making that baby glow.
Wow!
Hey,
I didn't know it did that. That's incredible.
Get a shot at this, take a look at this. That's YouTube's ass right there.
Wow, you can really see my ass.
Look at how pronounced that crack is.
I'm surprised you don't see
I'm surprised
my
we-
sack.
Anyways, let's try and find this kid. He's in the closet.
Can't believe how pronounced my crack was.
That's pretty good.
That's the closest we've ever gotten to an actual ghost on this show.
Is there anybody in here with us? I know you saw us being very childish in this room. Butts are funny. Is there anybody in here?
This is Manny's closet.
Did you say something?
I said this is Manny's closet. Did you hear something in there?
Yeah, sounded like a girl.
What'd you hear, boy?
Like, ha. Like, stop. Like, that sounded like stop.
Stop. Shut up.
Manny, are you in here? I really hope not, because this is where I'm sleeping. Guests who later stayed in the home said to have witnessed a ball moving independently around the floor, doors opening on their own, and cell phones getting knocked off the nightstand with no explanation. The family even witnessed the appearance of a father, son, and dog at the top of the staircase on several occasions. But despite their best efforts, the ghostly trio would never make eye contact nor acknowledge the family in any way.
Ghost dogs,
Maybe we could bring a little treat, you know?
That's a good idea, Milk Bone.
Or maybe you could dress up like a cat.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
I'm gonna make this very clear. Are we gonna put on cat ears at this location? Yes. Is it a joke? Absolutely not.
If I'm a ghost,
Yeah.
dog aside, if I'm a ghost dog, of course I'm gonna bark at a cat. But if I
Exactly.
see two men
Dressed like a cat.
dressed like cat crawling up the stairs and being sort of like, meow, I'll be
Yeah.
like, yeah, what the fuck are you doing? I'm summoning all my ghost energy to vocalize into the physical world. Hey, what the fuck are you doing? It's been nearly 2 years since we've sat down at the supernatural desk and gone out on our ghost hunts.
That's fair.
And in that time, as we were coming up on this season, it occurred to me, and I'm not even joking about this, we are the best ghost hunters who ever lived.
I agree with that.
I'm not fucking joking.
There's no point
This
in
is
us.
not a joke.
There's no point in us dimming our light anymore.
No.
Okay? And you're gonna see that right meow.
We hear there's a ghost dog? No, you don't have a cat, do you? Sort of purring like a cat man. Yeah, you gotta really purr.
Is there a ghost dog yet? Just think, when we started this, did you ever think you'd be on your knees looking up a staircase with cat ears on?
You know what? I did.
Me too. But then, things took a turn. Just 3 years after moving in, the Perron family began noticing the smell of rotting flesh permeating their home. And while the smell was certainly enough to concern the young family, it was what came after that truly terrified them. In the early morning hours, the family would wake to the wafting stench of death. And like clockwork, at exactly 5:15 a.m., the Perron children began being pulled and flung from their beds by what the family believed to be demonic possession. Oh yeah. Check it out, children. You can use this mag light to communicate with us. I don't know why he smelled it like that. With this light, you'll be able to tell us, simple yes or no questions. This light will, turn on randomly, I will admit that. However, it will also turn on if you tap it. And therefore, we could maybe garner intelligent responses from it.
Did someone just open a door?
Sure sounded like it, huh?
Someone just opened a door somewhere in this house.
You'll have to go check that out.
Me? And not you?
Well, I'm getting the mag light ready.
Fuck. Hello? Who's there?
Good luck.
Who just opened the door down here? Guys? The front door's open. Completely wide open.
Is that scary? Does that not sit well with you?
You're fucking kidding me. As is the basement door. Oh my god, the hair on my fucking neck is standing up. Who's here? Jesus Christ, fucking scared the shit out of me.
Probably want to close that. Does that close all the way? Oh. How'd you do that?
Put a little elbow grease into it, I guess.
Okay. Great. Bergie don't like that.
I don't. Do you like that? You shouldn't like that.
I mean, I think it's just a windy night. Was it you, Annabelle?
Fucking weird. Okay, let's go back upstairs. Is the fun starting? Let's mark that down as 1 point for the Bugaras. That's 2 doors opening since we've been here.
The Bugaras do need some points, so feel free to add that to the Bugara roster. All right, we've settled. We've addressed the door issue.
Now whatever was out there is in here. As you can see, that light is on right now. If there's something in here with us right now, turn the light off right now. And it is trying to turn off. You're gonna have to try harder than that, pal.
If you'd like to hurt us, turn the light off right now. Nice. What do you hear?
What do your ears hear? I thought I heard like whispering.
Do you hear whispering?
Wish. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Maybe it's not doing it, but it just sounded like hushed whispering.
For a second, they're just like.
I don't know. I could see how maybe.
You see what I'm saying, though, right? I thought I heard. I'm not.
I hear the rain. No, that was a genuine look on your face. I don't think you were hamming it up there. You know what rain sounds like, so I know you're accounting for that.
For a brief second there, I thought I heard something whisper, "Turn the light off." That's why I freaked out. And then after that, it started sounding just more kind of inaudible. I couldn't really figure it out.
Well, turn the light off then, huh? If you're a demon, turn the light off.
Was it mocking you? It could be telling us to turn our lights off.
Well, then let's turn them on.
Who's opening doors in this house? That's you? Okay. Who is this? Is this anybody, or is this just, we're just looking at a random event here?
If you're a little ghost child and you're going to wait till Ryan Bergara closes his eyes, and then when he opens them, you're going to be standing in the corner of his room in shadow, but he'll be able to make out your ghastly little figure. Just go ahead and turn that light off. Right.
Oh, fuck. Did you see that?
Lightning?
A flash of lightning at the same time that turned off.
The heavens are opening up.
That was horrific. Unfortunately for the Perrons, and what they couldn't have known then, was they were already caught in a web of events that would eventually lead to what Andrea Perron would later call, quote, the most terrifying night of her life. It all started around 1974. Carolyn Perron was lying on the sofa in the living room when suddenly she felt a sharp pain in her calf muscle. The muscle began to spasm, and when she looked closer, she noticed a pool of blood right where she'd felt the injury. She scanned the sofa for bees or anything else that could have stung her leg, but found nothing.
When you wake up in a pool of your own blood, the first thought is,
Fuck, are there bees here?
where's that dang bee? He got me again. You know how all bees stab you with a machete?
Let me scan for bees, really.
This is where she was lying when she got stabbed by what she, I guess, assumed was bees, as one would assume. But we don't have to talk about that right now. It's certainly an odd thing to assume.
Well, you know, you jump to conclusions when you feel a stabbing pain in a place where you usually take nice little naps.
I'm lying on the couch where you attacked Carolyn Perron, whatever is in this house. Now we're both sitting on the couch.
What do you think of that?
Why did you attack her? Is this your couch? Is this your house?
What's your deal, ma'am? What's all this then? What are you doing? What are you doing in here? We know a lot of stuff has gone down in here. We got some Ouija boards over there? Ryan, what do you think about that?
We're gonna use those later for a seance.
But now you don't approve of Ouija boards, do you?
No, I don't. But I also don't approve of not getting evidence in our final season.
Oh, that's gonna be a rough one for you then.
Well, we already got a door opening. Could you close that door? Whatever's inside this house, can you close that door? Just to show us that you're here.
Go ahead, close that door.
Oh, my hand's shaking.
Did the door close?
No.
Oh, okay. Mark that down as a point for the Shane.
What a dick. Unbelievable. As to why Carolyn was being targeted, Andrea Perron believed that, quote, whoever the spirit was, she perceived herself to be mistress of the house, and she resented the competition my mother posed for that position, end quote. After being attacked in the living room, Carolyn and Roger Perron had had enough. Desperate and in need of answers, the Warrens were finally called in.
Oh boy.
Let's go, baby. Do you think ghosts talk among themselves?
Like,
and they know?
got the Warrens.
Yeah, they're like, wow, we must be doing a pretty good job.
Yeah.
We've made it to the big leagues.
And then we show up and they're like, oh, okay.
These two walk in. Dude, I think we're gonna be in a James Wan film. Ed and Lorraine Warren had founded the New England Society for Psychic Research in 1952, and at that time were arguably the most famous paranormal experts in the US. Their investigations include that of the Amityville house, as well as the possession of a Raggedy Ann doll thought to be haunted by Unsolved alumnus Annabelle Higgins. Your good
Unsolved
old pal.
alumnus. That's sweet.
Your good old pal Annabelle.
Yeah, raggedy ass
She
brats.
did say she was going to kill you.
Hey, keep at it, I guess.
The Warrens arrived in Rhode Island and began their investigation. Upon seeing Carolyn Perron's injury, the Warrens became convinced that the demonic presence who had harmed her was none other than the former neighbor of the Arnold estate, Bathsheba Sherman. Born in 1812, Bathsheba Sherman lived on the farm just next door to the Arnold estate with her husband, Judson. During her lifetime, Bathsheba had come under scrutiny after an infant mysteriously died in her care. The baby was examined, and it was determined that the death was caused by a large sewing needle piercing the base of its skull. Branded a witch, local townspeople suspected that Bathsheba had killed the child to sacrifice it to the devil.
I can't be doing that.
Stabbing babies in the head?
Yes.
That's a pretty strong stance to take on that one, are you sure?
Yeah. You know, we don't
We
like
have-
to get too political on this show.
Yeah,
but
I know.
That's one that we're going to draw a line.
That's a real brave thing of you to say.
Don't stab a baby in the head.
Specifically with a sewing needle.
And yeah, I'll go one step further with anything.
There is no evidence of a court case finding her innocent, but her name was legally cleared, though the public was never convinced, and neither was Lorraine Warren. Now sure that the demonic presence in the Arnold estate was Bathsheba Sherman, Warren posited that she could have taken the sewing needle with her to the afterlife and used it to stab Carolyn on the couch. It doesn't look good if a baby is stabbed in the head and you're the last person to have been taken care of it.
No, I like that they're like, well, the town still didn't like her after that. And it's like, yeah, because she was watching a baby and the baby got stabbed.
It's not great. Sucks if she didn't do it, but
Yeah.
I mean...
If the lady was like, well, they said I was a witch, but they didn't have any proof, even though that baby did die. get stabbed.
To be fair, have we checked the neighborhood for bees?
Bathsheba Sherman died in May 1885, and some legends claim that the suspected witch's body, quote, literally turned to stone, end quote, upon her death, while others believe she died from a, quote, bizarre form of paralysis, end quote. No matter how Bathsheba died, however, it was now up to the Warrens to figure out why she had come back. They decided the best way to communicate with her was to hold a seance. In 2013, Lorraine Warren told USA Today of the seance at the Arnold estate. Quote, "The things that went on there were just incredibly frightening. It still affects me to talk about it today." End quote.
It's time for another seance.
This is the very room in which they performed the exorcism with the Warrens.
That's great.
And now we're gonna have a seance.
Yeah, have a blast.
Of course, we have our Ouija board right here.
Yeah.
And we have our candles. We got the planchette. But no good seance is performed without protection. So I got something that you're gonna really like.
We got condoms? What are you doing? What is going on right now? What is that? You brought...
I'm packing.
Oh, your little friends.
I got 2 guns, one for each of us.
I get one? Is
That's
this holy
right.
water?
That's holy water, baby. And as always, with a seance, you do need an offering. And I thought, what better offering than the treats that they hand to us on the plane, the ones you don't really like. These are honey graham crackers. So, here you go. Just put a cup. Are you drinking the holy water? It's disgusting. Now, you'll notice that I do have a gat in my hand, but that's just in case you try and pull any, throwy business. If you try and throw me, you get sprayed. You talk to me out of turn, you get sprayed. You touch any of us where the sun don't shine,
you get sprayed.
You're getting wet. Just setting the rules here. Those are my boundaries. And my therapist says it's very important to set boundaries.
And these ghosts, this is primarily for the demons, huh? Because ghosts don't give a shit about water, right?
Is mine loaded? No, it's loaded.
Oh, why would you do that?
The night of the seance, Roger and Carolyn Perron made sure the children were kept away. But that didn't stop Andrea and her sister Cindy from secretly watching everything that transpired that night. According to Andrea, once the seance started, quote, "I thought I was going to pass out. My mother began to speak a language not of this world, in a voice not her own. Her chair levitated," end quote, and, quote, "a power not of this world threw her 20 feet into another room," end quote.
Why don't we close our eyes and see if it lands on any specific letter?
Okay.
Let's also hum while we do it, because I feel like that'll, I don't know.
That doesn't make sense, but I'm on board.
Okay.
And I think that's pretty much just this show in a nutshell.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, you motherfucker!
Roger Perron later said of his wife that night that, quote, "she was possessed. Her entire body was distorted, and it lasted several hours until they de-demonized her, and then I threw them out," end quote.
Well, you better start moving it. Otherwise, I'm going to eat all your graham crackers.
Oh, uh-oh. There goes your sacrifice. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Close the door.
Nothing? Good.
G-O-O-D-B-Y-E. Goodbye. Portal's closed.
Okay.
Despite closing the seance, an audio recorder left recording in this spot overnight picked up this disembodied voice. Is this the voice of Bathsheba Sherman? Carolyn Perron, quote, "utterly drained and in pain," end quote, agreed with her husband, having said, quote, "the Warrens tried to help, but we essentially found things got worse around them," end quote.
Wonder why they cut that out of the movie.
I wish that movie ended with them being like, "Can you fuck off?"
However, following the Warren seance, the Perrons reported no further malevolent supernatural events within their home. Andrea Perron stated that the family simply, quote, "accepted the fact that we were not living there alone," end quote, and lived, quote, "pretty happily most of the time," until they moved out of the house in 1980. And yet, here the Arnold estate sits, still open to those who are brave or stupid enough to explore it. Is Bathsheba Sherman actually gone, or is she simply waiting for the next viable host? And could she be biding her time in a place that once reeked of rotting flesh? Andrea Perron said her family steered clear of the dirt-floored cellar, and when her father was forced to venture below to make repairs to the home's heating equipment, quote, he would go downstairs and feel this cold, stinking presence beside him, end quote. In the years since, others have found old children's drawings of a, quote, crooked neck lady, end quote, crumpled and discarded in the hidden depths of the home. One paranormal investigator even witnessed the apparition of a woman with a broken neck lingering around the subterranean well that dates back to when the house was first built. So tonight, we'll explore the Arnold Estate's cellar to see if Bathsheba Sherman really was vanquished that fateful night in 1974, or if she's still here, waiting. This is apparently where the crooked neck lady resides. Ugh.
Yeah, that's a basement. That's a basement if I ever seen one.
As I said, this used to be a daycare at one point. I guess somebody claimed they saw a crooked neck lady down here. And then, when they started to move furniture down here to clear up space upstairs, this, from the days of the daycare, was found. And look what one of the kids drew on the inside of it.
Is that the crooked neck lady?
Yeah.
Whoa!
How creepy to see something down here and then to later find furniture with the likeness of the thing you saw drawn on it.
That's crazy. That's a cool lady.
Look at her eyes. They have X's on them?
Yeah, she doesn't look well. If I woke up and saw that in the mirror, I'd be like, today is not my day. You know.
And now, ahead of our horrifying sleepover at the Conjuring House, Shane and I will investigate the basement individually. All right, big boy, it's time to put you underground.
What am I looking for? Bathsheba and the neck lady?
Yeah, both of them.
Okay, heading back down into the basement here. That's fairly gross. That's a gross basement. Crooked neck lady? Were you chilling in this puddle? No. Bathsheba? Are you around? Huh? Why don't you just come on out? I'm alone down here, so prime meat, prime target. Come on. Come get me. I'm gonna go explore the space a bit. Crooked neck lady! Why's your neck like that? What you done, huh? Who did that to your neck? You wanna do the clap game? Here we go. How's that?
Ryan, what are your thoughts going down there into the basement? Any plans to see the bent neck lady?
Flashlight as a microphone bit, huh?
Pretty funny. We can't believe we've never done this.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts going into the basement now in your solo investigation? Tell us, where's your head at?
Well, I don't love going down into a basement infested by a demon by myself. I'm starting to emotionally shut down.
Great. Love to hear that. Well, good luck. We wish you luck.
You know, the funny thing about that, Shane, is I don't need luck. I am not my fear. I am stronger than my fear. I am not my fear. My name is Ryan Bergara, and I'm the most feared ghost hunter in the fucking world. So I ask you this, demon. Do you feel fucking lucky? Am I alone down here? Who's here with me? Is there anybody down here with me? Or am I just talking to gross ass air? There it is. Is that what you wanted? You wanted to see my fucking face? If there's somebody down here with me, you know who you are. Show yourself. Back to hell, demon! Well, this has been fun. Do not try me, demon. It'll be the last thing you ever do. This is awful because normally at this point it's like, hey, I get to go back to the hotel, you know, put on a shower, some nice classical music or something, and now I get to make my bed, and I'm still here. So don't love that. Don't love that.
Time to go to sleep in the Conjuring House during a thunderstorm.
To finish off our investigation, we'll attempt to sleep overnight in the Conjuring House separately.
Night.
Night. Finally got rid of those losers, right? Alice's room right here, my little setup. It's gonna be so much fun. Then we have the little closet here where the boy is said to be. And then Shady Boy's right there. Hey. All right, that is recording now.
My little pistol. You know your boy's packing while he's sleeping. It's late. It's very late.
Hi everyone, it's Shane. Hello. I'm going to sleep now in the Conjuring home. I hope I don't get yanked. I mean, actually, it'd be fun. See what happens. Ryan's over there recording a video message as well.
Is there anybody in here with me? Got news for you if you are. I don't snore, so that's good. But I would appreciate it if you didn't mess with me tonight, okay?
What are you talking about, Ryan?
I'm saying that whatever is in this house usually knocks phones off of nightstands.
Oh, cool.
Very boomery of the ghost.
Yeah, that's some boomer shit. All right, well, I'm going to sleep.
Hope I don't have to pee.
And as I say that, kind of feel like I have to pee. But I'll piss my pants instead. So, no worries there.
Well, it's morning. When the light's coming through the window, it's such a beautiful thing.
It doesn't look as horrifying in the morning.
The Conjuring House has been cleared
It's been conquered.
by the group.
I sure didn't conjure up any sleep.
I slept plenty. Well,
This is your last chance.
but Bathsheba.
Come on, this is getting embarrassing for you now. Honestly.
You talking to yourself?
No, Bathsheba.
All right. Well,
Fuck
I
you.
think it's safe to say the Shaniacs won the day yet again, you know.
We got some good stuff. We got some good stuff.
There she is, in the morning light. Ain't she a beaut? Let's leave.
We may never be able to fully understand what exactly the Perron family endured all those years ago, but whatever was, or wasn't, cast out from the Arnold estate that fateful night in 1974 will continue to remain unsolved. Alrighty, so mission San Francisco Solano. Our first mission, actually.
Our first mission.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me.
You've chosen to accept it. Sorry.
This is a little more ominous than it was in pictures, I'll say that.
Are you spooked out by the mission? Is this?
Yeah, this is kind
is
of
this doing
like
it for you?
living childhood nightmares right now.
I guess when it's this old, I'm not all that rattled by it. I feel like I'm in a log cabin or something.
I guess. Shall we go inside?
Let's do it.
That is a very spooky door sound.
Good. They got this thing rigged up to be spooky or something?
I think it's just old. Well, we're in.
Yeah, we're here.
You do know the rumors of this place, right?
Why? What do you got?
I don't even want to say it.
Well, you should, because that's what people are watching for.
Demon. This week on BuzzFeed Unsolved, we investigate the Mission San Francisco Solano in Sonoma, California as part of our ongoing investigation into the question, are ghosts real?
This mission is the site of many tragic deaths, contributing surely to the high population of ghosts and alleged history of demonic possession in Sonoma County, making it my one demonic investigation sacrifice for the season.
So it's a ghostopolis with maybe a demon mayor.
You use whatever scenario you want to make your silly little game in your head. And once it's done, I'm happy, and we can move on with our lives. I go wash my hands of the demondom, go take a shower, light some candles, and I'll get a
little pumice on there.
Sure, I'll get on with my life, hopefully.
Well, we'll see.
In 1542, the Spanish claimed the land that became California, and by the mid-1700s, there were groups of Spanish soldiers and friars exploring and colonizing the area. The friars believed they had to convert indigenous peoples to Catholicism to, quote, save their souls, end quote. Spain regarded the missions as an important first step in colonizing. Some have suggested that forcing the natives onto the missions and then forcing them to work in agriculture and European trades was a way of building a peasant class of laborers. Additionally, they worked to assimilate indigenous peoples to European customs and ideas, believing their lifestyle was the superior one. During the time of Spanish colonization in the region, they built 21 Franciscan missions, and the last of them is the one we're investigating now, which was established in 1823. The mission San Francisco Solano was actually founded illegitimately through improper channels by a man named Padre Jose Altamira, who was known for his systematically cruel methods when it came to converting native peoples. The mission San Francisco Solano reportedly baptized 1,300 natives over the span of 12 years. But just 2 years after its founding, Altamira was forced out of the mission by a rebellion of the native peoples due to his terrible mistreatment of them.
So this guy is laughably bad at his job.
He kind of sucks, and we may run into him.
I hope so. I'll make fun of him.
Good. I may join you for once, because he was kind of an asshole.
And to make the long, violent, and tragic history of the Franciscan mission system very short, the Spanish colonizers forced indigenous peoples into what some have described as a form of slavery, with diseases and mistreatment leading to the deaths of thousands, while systematically attempting to annihilate their cultures. The death toll at Mission Solano is said to be nearly 900 lives.
That's a bad record.
Remember that it was 1,300 that they baptized.
It's a bad mission.
It's a bad mission, and unfortunately, most of the buildings we go to are bad places.
Yeah.
According to Patricia Cullinan, president of the Sonoma Valley Historical Society, it's inferred that the bodies of those who perished were said to have been buried adjacent to the mission church, and quote, since there were 2 churches at different times, it has been assumed that there were 2 cemeteries, end quote. One local history buff, a dentist named Dr. Peter Meyerhoff, has cited historical maps of the mission that would place a graveyard under Sonoma Plaza, which is several hundred yards from the mission.
Okay, I'm not laughing about mass graves. What I'm laughing about is being at the dentist and having your dentist with his tools in your mouth saying, you know there's a mass grave around here, don't you? Would you like to see my maps? What a creep. Your dad's a dentist.
He is a dentist. He doesn't have maps of missions and cross-referencing them by like putting lights under them like Nick Cage.
He's just filling cavities.
He's just filling cavities, drilling. He's going to Drill Town.
Maybe cutting a head off here and there.
That's the worst he's done though. So, as I said to you, when this was a mission, there was an unfortunate amount of deaths here.
Yeah.
And they didn't really bury them, I would say, properly. They buried them in unidentified mass graves, so you could just see names here. And we're standing over where the grave may have been. It was said to be next to the church back in the day, and chapel's right here, so.
It's a lot of names.
It is a lot of names. Pretty sad.
Yeah. But if, as you say, paranormal activity
does follow tragedy, even just standing here, I feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's plenty. That's plenty.
One particularly active area of the mission is a part of the building that staff members call the priest's quarters. Not because priests actually stayed here, but because the apparition of a priest is frequently seen walking around. Who this priest is, nobody knows, but some believe it may be the spirit of the diabolical Father Altamira.
Anybody in here?
Padre?
Padre Altamira? ¿Dónde está?
We come in peace. Me llamo Shane.
Me llamo Ryan.
How do you say we're the Ghoul brothers? Like Hermanos Fantasma. Something like that.
Hermanos Fantasmos?
Is that it?
I don't know, we may have just made that up.
I'm gonna look this up because this is.
Yeah, you better, I guess, because it's important.
This is our. I know.
Hola.
What?
Did you say something?
No.
You're gonna think it's stupid, but just. Yes.
Oh. They spoke in English though?
That's why I'm weirded out by it. Hola. A shiver went up my spine. Hola, amigo. I'd never thought I'd be speaking Spanish in this state of mind. Okay, we have a laser grid here. Maybe we could
pop that on.
He said that he walks around, or it's not. He doesn't say that, but people say they see him walking around. I'm walking around.
I do walk around, so bring your laser grid.
Let's hit him with everything we got. All right. Me llamo Ryan.
Me llamo Shane.
¿Puedes decir mi nombre? Okay. Okay. What? Repita. ¿Cuál es tu nombre?
Huh?
Okay. All right, let's get to the courtyard.
All right.
We're leaving.
Nice to meet you.
In 1834, the mission was secularized, and power was ceded to a Mexican general named Mariano Guadalupe Vallejo. He built 2 homes in Sonoma, one of which was built on mission property and is referred to as Casa Grande. Very, very creative name there.
That
big
means
house.
big house?
Big house.
Big house.
I'm the big general, here's my big house.
Look at me, I have big yard, big house.
Big house, big drink.
Big muscles.
Also near the mission are the 2-story adobe barracks facing the central plaza that were built to house General Vallejo's Mexican army troops. All right, so these are the barracks. This is where Vallejo kept his soldiers. But prior to the barracks, I'm actually not quite sure what function this ground served in the mission.
It was probably just nothing.
I mean, just take a look at it though, it's crazy.
It's quite gorgeous. A lot of space.
Yeah. Who knows what we're gonna run into in here?
Or who? Huh?
All right, into the barracks we go. So this is the room where the barracks are actually still set up.
Oh, wow.
Fucking jeez.
Yeah, that's just a, oh,
Yeah,
hi.
it got me too.
This man looks so dapper.
This is what it would look like back in the day for Vallejo and his all his troops. Shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Hola, amigos!
Hola! Oh! Whoa! Oh, God, that scared the shit out of me.
All right, well, we're still recovering.
Yeah, that was a lot.
I think I'm gonna poop my pants a little bit.
Yeah.
I think security turned off the alarm, only one way to find out, so let's just do a little step of faith, or leap of faith.
Hey, you did it.
Good, good, good. I thought that was a banshee.
Yeah.
I said, hola, amigos, and immediately... Just sit here at the table. All right, I'm gonna turn on the spirit box now. If some weird people came into my house and started speaking a foreign language, I would say things back to them.
Yeah, true.
All right. Me llamo Ryan.
Me llamo Shane.
¿Cuál es tu nombre? ¿Dónde está?
How do you say nice beds?
Camas is bed.
Bueno camas.
Camas buenos.
Camas buenos.
Nothing.
Well, you know, thick walls. I think we'll have better luck out in the courtyard or something.
Also, it's nighttime. Maybe they're asleep.
For a brief period, the barracks were the headquarters for the rebellious Bear Flag Party, a group of US horsemen that called themselves Osos, who captured/kidnapped General Vallejo from his home. They declared an independent Republic of California for 25 days, as the US pioneers in California could not own land legally or run for office by law with Mexican government. The Bear Flag Revolt was the origin of California's first state flag, which was made by William Todd, and a copy of the flag is on display in the barracks today. This is the flag room. Oh, it's quite quiet in here actually, though. But back here, you could actually see the original bear flag for California.
Oh, very nice.
Well, my name is Ryan.
I'm Shane.
And we're reaching out to whoever resides in these quarters, whether that's faceless soldiers or General Vallejo himself.
The big man.
If you would like to speak to us, maybe you could make a noise, you could say something, you could touch something, you could touch us.
You probably just get a bunch of nerdy school kids coming through here, getting excited to eat their PB&J sandwiches.
Yeah.
We're a couple of cool dudes. So,
I don't know about that. We're gonna give the floor to you right now. We're gonna be silent. And this is your cue to show us your moves. I don't know.
Show us your moves.
All right, here we go. Going silent now.
Good cricket noises, though. It almost sounds fake. You hear those crickets?
Kinda, yeah.
Imagine back in the day when they were in here just hearing the coyotes out there.
Why are you saying coyotes?
I'm saying, can you imagine them just yipping out there in the middle
Well,
of
I'm
the
just still, I'm, that's fine. I was just kind of baffled at your pronunciation of coyotes.
Coyotes?
Yeah. Which one is it, coyotes or coyotes?
Yeah, settle a bet. Guess it doesn't matter. You don't gotta nitpick.
It's coyotes. That'd be the greatest EVP ever caught.
Another active area is the Mission Courtyard, where bizarrely, the apparition of a bear is often seen, which, if you know me and my debilitating fear of bears, this is my worst nightmare.
A ghost bear?
Yeah, a ghost bear.
So that's two of your least favorite things.
That's double trouble for me.
That would be like a avocado pit made of heroin for me.
I guess so, yeah.
A ghost bear? That's gotta be pretty easy to spot.
Well, I have my thermal cam, so hopefully.
Okay.
Hello? Well, I'm talking to a bear, so.
Yeah, sort of like just a... Should have covered ourselves in ghost piss.
Yeah. Does noise attract a bear?
Actually, it keeps them away.
What if you made the noise of like what does a bear eat?
Berries?
Oh.
Salmon?
You can't, or like a deer?
Is that sort of a deer noise?
I don't know what the hell, that sounded like
Deer
a goat.
make weird noises. You think you know what a deer sounds like, and then you hear one and it goes like...
Ooh, it's frigid out here.
Yeah, it really is.
I'm not picking up anything on thermal. You can't even say, come here, boy, to a bear.
No, you can't. Can you imagine if you could?
No, because I would
going
never
on
want
over
to see
here?
a bear.
Is this like a well? Or is this just a big fire pit? Let's just take a moment to appreciate the ambience right now.
Yeah, I guess it is pretty good ambience.
You know what's really interesting to me is on a night like this, there's not a lot of, you don't hear a lot of modern sounds out right now, maybe some cars in the distance, but you can put yourself in the minds of people hundreds of years ago and think they were hearing almost exactly what you hear right now.
That is true.
You listen to that, just be silent for 20 seconds and imagine you're 100 years ago.
Maybe look up into the stars?
Yeah.
Well, now that we've shared that tender moment, should we go inside and try and find a demon?
Let's do that.
The final place we'll investigate is the chapel. This is where this historical story veers into lore. In a town with a history of demonic possession, is this chapel, a known hotbed of tragedy and misery, the home of a demon? Or is it perhaps the malevolent spirit of Padre Altamira? One thing is for sure, if there's a demonic entity that is reckless enough to reside in a house of God, it is not one to be trifled with. And yet, here we are.
So it's in here?
Yeah. All right, just give me a second.
What are you gonna do?
Revving myself up, man.
What are you gonna? Oh, I'll tell you, it looks creepy from here.
Yeah, no shit. Oh boy. So we had our static cam set up here. Hello?
This is large.
So, what we're gonna do in here is we're gonna take our mag light and use it to communicate with, I don't even wanna say it, whatever's in here.
The demon.
Sure. We have 2 flashlights here, one that's white and one that's black.
Okay, here you go.
I don't think you understand what we're meddling with right here.
Yeah, I do.
Turn off the black one and turn on the white one.
Exert all your power. You've been dormant for too long.
What is that? Sound like footsteps.
Demon, I command you to turn off the light. It looks like he's having fun with us.
Yeah, I'm having so much fun. Do I look like I'm having fun?
No.
Are you having fun?
I really don't.
I would like very much to leave. If you want us to leave, turn off the black flashlight and turn on the white one right now. Nada. What's gonna need to happen for you to be convinced there's something in here? For me, I would need to see those turn off exactly when we say them turn off in the order that we say.
Okay, we'll give it a shot. Turn the black one on in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ah, it sucks. I guess there's no
Yeah,
demon
there's no
inside
demon
here.
here.
Yeah, that's good.
That's the end of the episode.
Oh, well, now it turned on. That's great.
Well, all right, maybe he's a little late to the...
Turn the white one on in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chill.
Chill.
All right, this is good. This is good for my mind because we're about to investigate this place individually, and if that stuff starts happening, I don't think I can do this.
So maybe there's just a delay. It could be like Skype. Into the shadows. Just give me a holler, you know? What are we doing, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Hello, demon. It's me. Shane Madej has arrived, and I'm here to teach you a lesson. Except I'm really not, because I don't think there's anyone here. Your whole team, your pal down by the little bridge in Texas, your bro over at the Sallie house, you guys don't got a good record. You can't stand up to a lanky old doofus like me. I'm looking at your little lights, your demon lights. Why don't you turn them off for me? Oh, can you do it? Oh, no, you can't? Oh, is that hard for you? Oh, I'm trying the best I can. I'm just a little demon. Unbelievable. I'm gonna be quiet now. This is the part where I invite you to do your very best to kill me. That's what I'm asking of you. Give it a go. Here we go. Nothing? Fine. Come on. What are you doing here? Stop wasting my time, demon. Have at me. Kill me. Hurt me. Your little stomping grounds here. I'll tell you what, I don't give a shit, demon. You hear me? Shot in the dark. Is there a ghost bear here? Any kind of ghost bear?
Well, how was it?
It was very challenging. This demon is unlike any demon we've faced before, so tread lightly.
I don't even know why I ask you these kinds of questions
I'm
anymore.
just, there's nothing in there. It's
Okay.
empty. It's an empty room.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Alrighty. You've been waiting for this moment, I feel like. You wanted me. Here I am. And already, I'm not even in the chapel yet, and I immediately regret this decision. Come on, Ryan, you can do this. What's in here? My name is Ryan, and I'm in a house of God. Why are you in here? Why do you remain? Oh my God. If those motion lights turn on, I'm gonna lose my damn mind.
All right, we got our flashlights here. This is what a fun thing we've done here. I'm standing on an altar alone in a demon-infested church. Oh, and it suddenly got really cold. That's fun. If there is something in here, turn off those lights. Can you? ¿Estás muerto? Jesus Christ. Come on, man. Where are you? Just got the chills. Where are you? You don't belong here. Estoy aquí. Camina hacia mí. Camina. Mira. Estoy aquí. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Gee, you gotta be kidding me. I'm not afraid. I'm in a house of God. I'm in a house of God. I don't even want to look behind me because I feel like something's behind me.
All right, Ryan.
Oh, thank God.
That's time. Getting pretty good with this demon stuff, the two of us.
Sure.
We should start doing like a...
Unless it's latched itself onto us and riding us like a little boat back to LA, and you wouldn't even know. Maybe you'll wake up in the middle of the night and you'll eat your cat. I don't know.
I feel like we're giving Father Tommy a run for his money.
I don't think you should say that.
Yeah.
Tripod's over there.
Yep.
Any last things you gotta say to this thing?
See you later, buddy. You got nothing. You got nothing on the ghoul boy.
Adios, demon. You blew it. You had your chance to bag you a Burgmeister, and you blew it.
Okay.
All right.
That's plenty.
See you later.
This is insufferable.
Is it? Is it?
Yes.
You're never gonna see this mug again. Goodbye. But I am so glad that's over. Let's go eat Taco Bell.
After spending the night roaming the corridors of this tragic San Francisco mission, I can certainly see why it's believed to be haunted. I can only hope that if there is indeed a demonic presence within the chapel, that it will not follow us home. But for now, whether or not Mission San Francisco Solano is definitively haunted will remain unsolved.
One of these days I'd love my eyes to turn black.
I would like that day to never come.
I'm telling you right now, if my eyes turn black, murder me.
I'm telling you right now, I will not kill you.
Why?
Because I need to save you.
No!
And you'll come back, and then there's two reasons for it. One, you're my friend, and I need to save you. Two,
kind of you, yes.
Two, I need you to eat crow when it comes to demons being real, because then after I save you from being possessed, you'll be like, oh, what happened? Did I eat too many hot dogs or something and pass out? And I'd be like, no, a demon went inside your body and danced you around like a little puppet man.
Are you gonna wheel me out like Hannibal Lecter with like a straight jacket?
Yeah, like a straight jacket and a muzzle. See, Sarah, he's fine. Look at him, he's Shane. See, let me take off his muzzle for a second. Say some Shane things. Here he goes. Oh, shit, okay, yeah, he's fine. You know, he's just a little tired from the flight. I can't believe we're back here.
You will be evicted from the premises!
This week, on the series finale of BuzzFeed Unsolved Supernatural, we investigate the one place I vowed I would never return as part of our ongoing investigation into the question, are ghosts real?
Who knows?
What a change for the last one. As you know, I'll only do one demonic investigation per season, but seeing as how this is the last season, I figured, why not treat you guys to two? And specifically, why not end this series with the demon I started it with? Also, I just want to say that the last time I was at the Sallie house, I said a lot of things. And to spare myself the embarrassment, I will now have my colleague read them out.
These are the things you said?
This is exactly what I said as I left the Sallie house, and I...
Okay, Ryan, fuck you. I hope you're fucking looking at this now, motherfucker. Shane, did you just call the demon a motherfucker? Ryan, I don't give a shit now. I'm gone. Peace out, bitch. Not even a single part of me feels bad about leaving. Go fuck yourself, Sallie house. You were truly awful, and I hate you.
It was regrettable, and it was a moment of weakness. At the time, I was more scared than I've ever been in my life, and I'm returning there now to repent.
Go fuck yourself, Sallie.
Well, now that we got that out of the way, there's only one thing left to do. The series finale. We're going back to the Sallie house. Let's finish this.
Last trip indeed. We're on our way to the Sallie house. I'm not excited. I actually lost sleep over it last night.
I'm very curious to see how we hold up in there and like what the vibes are, because I remember the first time being there. There were, I mean, it's a spooky house, certainly.
Yeah.
There's something about, I remember the sound being very, very dull.
Oh God! Oh God!
Is that an omen?
Is that an omen? Yeah. Is that a? I feel like a black dog running unleashed is not a good omen. Oh boy. The last time I saw this house, I was in a very agitated state of mind.
You don't look well right now.
I definitely am a little better than I was last time I was here, but I was very happy actually because I was leaving. And I remember the feelings I felt leaving this place, and every one of those feelings has now flipped its head, and I'm back.
He's back, baby. Say it with confidence. And now I'm back. Confidence.
And now I'm back.
No, come on.
And now I'm back.
Yes!
Let's do this. We're back.
We're back, baby.
I can't believe we're back. I said I'd never be back, and I guess a fucking liar. But this time, I'm not messing around.
You got the gear.
I'm about to go whack Sallie.
You're far more confident this time than you were last time.
Oh man, I can't believe we're back here. It actually is all just hitting me. This is it. This is our last hurrah.
It sure is.
What a weird mix of emotions to be sad, happy, and horrifying.
I mean, I don't have the horror really,
Yeah,
but
that's true.
sort of, I guess, sad and happy.
All right, Sallie, you wanted us. Here we come.
Located on a quiet suburban street in Atchison, Kansas, the Sallie house was built between 1867 and 1871 for Michael C. Finney and his family. It is believed that Michael, his wife Kate, and their 3 children, James, Agnes, and Charles, lived in the basement while the home itself was being constructed.
You were very familiar with that basement, but we'll get back into that.
I've done some stuff down there.
That made it seem like something else.
I got all up in there. I laid on a pentagram and screamed at the devil.
Yeah, but that's like not sexual. You did this. You went, I went down there, and you did a wave with your body.
Well, I did. I mean, I was a little sexual when I was down there.
I promise you could scrub that entire comment section. No one will describe what you did in that basement as sexual.
I did everything short of taking my shirt off.
Thank God, too.
Which, we'll think about it.
No, I don't think so. We don't want to blind the viewers at home.
Sadly, Michael C. Finney would die in his newly built home in 1872. However, he was not the last member of the Finney family to die in the home. Agnes moved back into the home in 1906 and got married to an engineer named William True in 1913. William died in the home in 1918, and Agnes succumbed in November 1939. For over 50 years, families moved in and out of the 2nd Street home without serious incident, but that all changed on December 31st, 1992.
The investigation has begun.
It has. I really, really hate this place.
It's surreal, honestly.
Sallie? I know you thought you'd never see me again. And frankly, I never thought I'd see you again. But we're just gonna have to deal with it tonight. I can't remember what I said back then, but what I'm gonna say right now is buckle the fuck up.
Oh, we love to see it!
Because I'm back, baby.
That's character
You
growth.
wanted me, Sallie, I'm back!
On December 31st, 1992, Tony and Deborah Pickman, a young, newlywed couple who were expecting their first child in June 1993, moved into the modest 2-story home at 504 North 2nd Street. The two were excited to begin their new life together as a family. As the couple unpacked their belongings, their dog, normally mellow and subdued, began ferociously barking at what would be the nursery they were preparing for their new baby. Thinking it was just the dog getting used to its new surroundings, the Pickmans didn't think anything of it, and in a little over a week, the barking subsided.
From January to June 1993, the young couple would go on to experience lights flickering and dimming, cold spots around the home, and unexplainable dropped calls from their landline. However, the Pickmans were first-time homeowners and assumed these kinds of occurrences to be common in a home that was built in the late 1800s, and Tony even joked, quote, "Ha, we must have a ghost," end quote. So one of the things that's supposed to happen in this house is dropped calls. Back then it was a landline, but I figure it's the same thing with cell phones. So I'm gonna call you while I'm in the house still. You're gonna take your little buns outside and we're gonna see if this...
Do you hear something?
I'm already starting to hear shit in this fucking house. All right, go out.
Okay.
Go outside.
All right. Oh, Ryan Bergara is calling me. What a lucky guy I am. Hello?
What took you so long to answer?
I don't like to seem overeager when I answer the phone.
I guess we just have to wait for Sallie to disconnect the call now. It just occurred to me we don't really talk on the phone to like just see what's going on because we see each other every day, so it's...
Yeah, I mean, we could start that if you want to.
I really wish Sallie would actually disconnect this call like now.
Come on, Sallie! Is Sallie like... Does she actually listen to the phone calls?
Yeah, I don't...
Is
Is
she
she
doing
like
a Richard Nixon thing?
Yeah, dude, is she wiretapping our phones? She's sitting there in the van across the street.
Sallie, if you're on the line, Ryan's in there alone right now. You could really give him a good spook.
Well, that didn't work.
No. So, off to a thrilling start here.
But things changed once the new baby arrived. Once the Pickman's son arrived, the strange occurrences began to escalate. Electronic toys would turn on and off on their own, and while vacuuming the nursery one day, Deborah witnessed the wind-up musical mobile above her son's crib begin to play on its own. She also couldn't shake the sensation that her son was waking up almost hourly throughout the night, quote, as if someone was playing with him, end quote. At one point, a neighbor asked Deborah if there was a reason she left her nursery light on throughout the night. In reality, the baby had been sleeping in Deborah and Tony's room at the time, not in the nursery at all. There was no reason that light should have been on at night. Deborah suggested that the neighbor could have been seeing a light from the hallway, but the neighbor was adamant. The light was coming from inside the nursery. Up to the nursery. Obviously, this is one of the hot spots in this house. And look at all the guys. They're all here.
The gals! The whole gang's here.
The whole gang is here. This is where apparently Sallie would play with their child. All right, Sallie, last time we were here, or the Finney family, or the True family, we did not do really any of this.
No, we just walked around and sort of looked at stuff and then left.
You already know this, but my name is Ryan.
I'm Shane.
Could you say our names back to us? Can you make your presence known? Can you say something? Can you touch one of us? Or perhaps move something in this room?
If you need a refresher, we're the two guys who clowned your ass
Yeah,
5 years ago.
Show us a sign if you remember me and the big guy, aka the best ghost hunters in the game. Sallie! Come on, Sallie. Wiggle the balls on the door. Wait.
What? Did you hear something?
I think I did.
Whispers? I thought I heard whispers.
No, I heard like a... Aww. While the bells on the door didn't move when we were there, an audio recorder left in the room picked up the bells clinking together on their own later in the night. All right, now, Sallie, you've probably had a bunch of investigators come in here and use this little device here. But this is a spirit box that's gonna help you communicate with us. Once again, the name is Ryan, as you already know, and Shane! Say our names back to us if you want to communicate. We're gonna be here all night, and frankly, if you want us to leave, now would be the time to do something crazy. Do you not like me moving your stuff out of the circle?
Oh, shit! Sallie!
There's an opening now.
Look what he done!
Oh, I heard move it. You want me to move it back?
What?
What? Sallie, this is the last hurrah. You're gonna...
Wake up?
Just go? Sallie, this is the last episode of this series. You're closing out the show, and you opened it. That's a huge honor. Why would you go?
Why would you go?
Well, we have to go.
Yeah, we don't live here. We live
Wait, are you
in
talking about the show? Or because we thought it was just time.
Felt right.
It felt like the right time to leave on our own terms. Who is this? Who am I talking to? Is this Charles Finney?
No one in particular?
I just want to talk.
What whiskey?
More whiskey?
What whiskey? What whiskey?
I don't know if we can do that, honestly.
We had a lot of whiskey last night. Do you like whiskey? All right, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a rest.
In this room, our audio recorder picked up this very clear and chilling voice. Is this the voice of one of the Finney family asking if they're allowed to be here? In July 1993, Deborah's sister Karen visited to help with the newborn. According to Deborah, it was on Karen's final evening, quote, that we were pushed over the edge of disbelief and through the door of terror, end quote. Upon returning from a day at Deborah's in-laws, Tony asked her why she put all of the baby's stuffed animals on the nursery floor. Deborah had no idea what he was talking about, so Tony led them upstairs to the nursery, where they found all of the stuffed animals on the floor arranged in a circle, their backs to each other, facing forward. Thinking it was some kind of prank played by one of Tony's brothers, the Pickmans rearranged the stuffed animals back in their proper places throughout the nursery and went back downstairs. At the bottom of the stairs, Karen turned around and noted that the nursery lights were still on, though everyone remembered Tony turning them off. They went back up to turn the lights off, and upon entering the nursery, found one of the teddy bears laying flat on its back in the middle of the floor. Undeterred, they placed it back on the chair, only to find it right back in the middle of the floor, laying flat on its back hours later. That night, they all slept in Deborah and Tony's room.
Tony's brothers sound like funny guys.
So you think that it's Tony's brothers who are doing
Well,
this?
I don't. Have we mentioned Tony's brothers up until now? And they were like, maybe that's Tony's brothers.
Oh, I guess, well, brothers play pranks on each other. I played pranks on my little brother all the time.
What'd you do to him?
So many things.
You turned him into a dentist.
That's right. That was the biggest prank of all. I'm sure your big brother played pranks on you.
My days don't prank. We also don't play sports. We watched a lot of Star Trek.
Makes sense.
After hearing what transpired the night before, Tony's brother Greg came by with his 35mm camera. The Pickmans led Greg up to the nursery, and as he was about to take a picture of the stuffed bear, he said, quote, "If you're here, do you want to have your picture taken?" End quote. Just as he clicked the shutter, the bear spun around on its own in front of their own eyes. From Deborah's own account, quote, "The guys went into immediate panic. Fighting fear and every other emotion you can imagine, we all decided it would be best to leave for a while." End quote.
If you're here, do you want to have your picture taken? Come on. What is your name? I thought, oh shit.
Did it say Sallie?
I heard Sallie. Oh shit. Or Sallie, how old are you? What, something right now?
See any ghosts?
No, I don't see any ghosts, actually. We're gonna switch over to this flashlight now.
Sallie, if you're in this room with us or aware of our presence, turn the flashlight on. If there's any...
Late. Sallie, we're gonna need you to be a little bit more punctual than that. All you have to do is touch that light. Now, Sallie, if you are here with us right now, turn that flashlight off in 3, 2, 1, off. Maybe it's not you. If any of the Finney family is with us right now, can you turn the flashlight off?
Oh.
Turn the flashlight on if I say the correct name. Is it Charles? What about Agnes True? William True? I guess you're a son-in-law.
Is it Sallie? Is it the demon
Are you playing a little trick on
who
us?
presents as Sallie?
If that actually is a demonic presence in here, or Sallie, the thing that says it's Sallie, could you turn the light on? Oh, fuck off. Dude, fuck you, dude. All right, Sallie, turn off the light right now. In the story, it said you messed with the musical mobile for their child, the Pickman's child, that is. So, if you could get that to play, that'd be quite something, Sallie.
Just sort of do anything at all.
Just rotate that bad boy. That would be enough to make the boys wiggle.
What was that noise? Did you hear that?
What?
I swear to God, I heard those little balls make a noise.
Did you?
I'm trying to see if they move on there.
An audio recorder left in this room would later pick up the musical mobile playing by itself. Making this evidence even more compelling is the fact that seconds before the mobile plays, a white orb moves across the top right corner, just near the mobile that is out of frame. After this horrifying bear incident, the Pickmans grabbed the baby and everything else they needed to leave the house. But as Tony was strapping the newborn into his car seat on the sectional couch in the living room, he felt a sharp pain on his lower back. It wasn't until they arrived at Tony's parents that Deborah asked to see his back. To her horror, she found 3 long scratches down the center of her husband's back. Unfortunately, this was only the first of many times Tony would be scratched throughout his time living in the Sallie house, including one incident that was captured on video.
I mean, you've long asked demons and ghosts to scratch you.
Yeah, guess what? They never have.
Well, maybe that's because you didn't have round 2. Is it possible that when you go to these places, people are so thrown off by this screaming at them that they don't really have time to process and then react?
No.
Because that when you come back a second time, they're like, hey, that's that a-hole last time who said to scratch my back or scratch his back and, rip his butthole open. Maybe this time I'll do it.
I would love it if they actually had some, motivation this time to get at me. Scratch my cornea.
And then play his ribcage like a xylophone. All the funny things he asks you.
It's a nice little night for a demon.
We're here in the living room at the Sallie house.
Sounded like Geraldo Rivera there. We're here in the living room at the Sallie house.
Well, that's alarming. Sallie, was that you that just giggled a little bit? Can you make your presence be known in here? Can you move something?
Oh, yeah,
roving spirit
We're
box.
here in the Sallie house. Sallie, if you'd like to talk to us, please show us a sign.
Come on, Sallie!
Why are you still in this house? Is there anybody down here dancing with us? What's your name?
Dance with us, Sallie!
I said dance, girl! Is that what you wanted? Come on, yeehaw! What's your name?
Sallie, I swear to fucking Christ!
You'll do it!
If you don't scare the living shit out of Ryan Bergara tonight, your ass is grass!
Oh, fuck.
You will be evicted from the premises!
That was really official.
Sallie, come on.
You close the blinds? Or are you gonna wait till I'm here by myself when I lose my fucking mind? So be it.
After this event, the couple called in psychic Barbara Connor, who visited the Pickmans on July 29th, 1993. While she spoke to the spirit, Barbara sat quietly with her eyes closed and finally was able to give the Pickmans a name. The presence in their home was a little girl who liked to be called Sallie.
If I've said it once, I've said it a million times. I'm gonna put Sallie in a net, or a box, or whatever the equivalent of a ghost cage is.
Are you bringing an actual net to the location?
No,
Okay.
I'm bringing in something that's even better.
What is it?
Well, this particular ghost cage, one could consider it organic, perhaps even living. What worse place for a demon to live than inside you?
I'll take her. This is my plan. We're taking a ghost home with us. We're gonna walk through the TSA scanner and they're gonna be like, what the fuck?
Sallie would often let her presence be known by lighting a candle, a considerate gesture to let the Pickmans know a friend was present, or at least that's what Barbara led the Pickmans to believe, as she concluded at the time that Sallie, while certainly capable of being childish and bratty, was most likely harmless, as long as Deborah was, quote, patient but firm with her, end quote. But this assumption would be revealed to be wrong. Dead wrong. On October 31st, 1993, any doubt that there was indeed something in the house would soon be removed. In the early morning hours on Halloween, Tony came home from his shift at work and made his way to the kitchen to grab a drink. After grabbing a cup from the cupboard, he turned around and saw a young girl standing in the kitchen. Tony described her as wearing a, quote, white dress, and I remember she had a white ribbon in her hair, kind of like she was dressed for church or something. And then it kicked in. I can see through her. I can see the door right through her, end quote.
If a spooky-ass church girl shows up in your kitchen in the middle of the night,
That's an easy way to get a broom to the kisser,
she's
if you ask
getting
me.
a bat to the head.
A bat now?
She's a demon.
Throw some water on her. You know, like a little spritz, like, get out of here.
Like a cat?
Like a cat. Get the fuck out of here, come on.
Years later, another resident who lived in the home before the Pickmans would tell them, quote, the whole time we lived there, my daughter was 5 at the time. She had an imaginary friend named Sallie. I would scold her for something and she would come back and tell me, I didn't do that. Sallie did it, or Sallie told me to do it, end quote. When this little girl was shown the drawing Tony had made of the spirit he'd seen in the kitchen, she confirmed that it was the same Sallie from her youth. Perhaps one of the few documented instances of communication with Sallie happened in this kitchen in 2016 at the hands of 2 rookie ghost hunters. Back in 2016, Shane and I investigated the Sallie house with paranormal investigator Eric Ensbrenner. Eric set a flashlight on the counter in the kitchen and asked the presence in the home to, quote, turn the light on for us. Here's what happened next.
You're fucking crazy, Shane.
If you don't like us, turn it on.
Please don't turn it on. Please don't. What the fuck?
Oh shit!
No! Where's my holy water?
Where's my holy water? If you actually don't like us, please just turn it on. I don't think they have the power to turn it back on again, frankly. I really think they don't. Ryan.
Are you fucking kidding me? What the?
Keep in mind, we have to spend the night here.
Please turn the light off for us, spirits.
Don't you fucking do it.
Turn it all the way off. Thank you. Oh.
Fuck, don't. Oh my God. What
Please try.
Oh my God. You should have never talked to it, dude.
That's a car going by. It's okay.
No, that's the fucking flashlight rolling in the background.
Look, it's coming back.
Oh, yeah, it is.
So tonight, we'll see if we can once again make contact with our old friend and supposed little girl, Sallie.
I know it's annoying to have someone tell you to play the hits, but right now I'm gonna have to ask you, could you please play the hits and communicate with us through this flashlight? Please turn off that flashlight if there is somebody here with us in this kitchen right now.
Sallie, turn the light off in 3, 2, 1.
You really don't want this on your reputation later. We really propped you up a bit there for a second. Was that you?
No.
Is that you, Sallie? Could you do that again? Can you make that knocking noise again? Or could you move that flashlight?
These 3 knocks are noteworthy, as it's believed the sound of 3 knocks signify the presence of a demon as a way to mock the Holy Trinity.
Sallie, if you're in here with us, you remember us. Why don't you turn that light on, huh? All the way off. Come on.
Oh. Are you here now?
Okay, do we have a friend?
Sallie, if you're... Maybe. Look, it's very simple. If you want to get rid of us, you have to intelligently respond to our questions. And that's just simply tapping the light on and off when we ask you to. Please turn that light off in 3, 2, 1.
Ka-chunk. What was it?
It was a little bumpy. A little bump. Are you just waiting till we go to sleep? Or I'm here by myself? That's really rude.
After all this time, the question persists. Is Sallie actually a little girl? Local legend tells of a girl named Sallie that died during a botched appendectomy in the Sallie house when it used to be a doctor's office. According to Sean Daly, an anthropology professor who had once led an investigation of the home, there was no evidence of a girl by the name of Sallie having lived in Atchison during this time period. But if that's true, what is this entity presenting itself as a little girl? Perhaps Tony's second face-to-face encounter with Sallie will provide some insight. Quote, "I saw that little girl twice, and the second time I saw her, it was not a pretty thing. She was tugging at me, trying to get me out of bed, and she kept reaching for me, and I would pull back, and when I pulled back, she would reach harder, and about the 3rd or 4th time, she grabbed my arm. I still get chills and almost choked up on it because it scared me that bad. She turned into, I don't know how to describe it. It was part animal, part human. It almost looked like it had rotting flesh. I still remember seeing worms crawling through it, and it growled at me. Oh my God, I thought. I was going to pass out." End quote.
No one likes to see a little girl with rotting flesh.
Though it does kind of solve the quandary. What is this little girl? I mean, that's a certified demon.
Yeah.
And I'm a demonologist.
He is a demonologist.
And he's my
board certified.
And he's my assistant.
Yes, that's right. His young ward.
My 55-year-old young ward. Sallie, could you show yourself in this kitchen like you did that morning? Do you want us to turn off our lights? Who's with us in this kitchen right now? Can you say your name? Sallie, you already told us your name upstairs, but can you say your name again down here? Let us know you're here.
Tiger.
Hear about?
Hear about what?
Hear about what, yeah.
Hear about a demon?
We're back. We are back here in your kitchen.
Can you just be sweet to us and talking to that little radio? Say hi. Dead?
All right, Sallie, we're gonna try something else in here. I read that the Pickmans would often leave out a big drawing pad for you to ask you how old you are, and you would write 7.
This is who we're working with, allegedly?
This is you, Sallie. It's a picture of you.
It's a big fucking noggin.
Now, if you could do us a big honor by writing down how old you are.
You can always stop us from, you just take us out of my hand and write it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna draw some stuff.
Oh, looks like he's drawing you farting. Yeah.
Oh, uh-oh.
Looks like you just passed some gas, Sallie.
Oh, Sallie.
You've made a mess of yourself. Why don't you give her a little glass of orange juice?
Oh.
There we go.
She's drinking piss?
And you're holding a glass full of piss? That's crazy.
Oh, give her an eye patch. It's kind of cool.
Okay, well, I guess you could just give her like a Glock. Yeah, there you go. Sallie, what do you think of the portrait we drew of you? What about anybody else in this house? Do you want to tell us what you think of this?
You give this a fucking 0?
You two suck?
Fuck you!
Hey, that's fucked up. Well, why don't you draw then? Let's say you draw.
What?
Oh, now they're talking. Oh shit! You hear that? All the ghosts. Anybody who's ever been on this show, come into this kitchen right now.
Come on now!
And put that marker on the fucking paper.
It's a free-for-all.
Where are we going?
We're going straight to hell, baby!
We're going to the kitchen!
Ant-Man? What did it say?
You're playing with John? That was fucking creepy, dude.
That actually did sound kind of creepy.
Maybe you have a sense of humor. That was a very productive little session we had there.
Tony and Deborah Pickman moved out of the Sallie house in October of 1994. They've since confessed they feel somewhat tethered to the place and that they still experience odd occurrences decades after leaving the house. Years after the Pickmans moved out, Mary Liggett, her husband, and 2 children would lease the house from owner Les Smith. On a surprise maintenance visit to the home, Smith, quote, discovered a large pentagram on the basement floor, an altar of some sort, and other disturbing items, end quote. Les Smith, the landlord, asked the rumored Satan worshiper Mary Liggett to remove herself from the premises immediately.
That seems illegal. Just because you're a Satanist, you can get kicked out of your house?
Well, I think it's not even the fact that she says she's a Satanist, but if you're like damaging the property.
She just put a pentagram on the floor?
An
I think
altar?
You should be allowed to do that. This is America.
I see what you're saying, but I think it's totally fair to be like, hey, maybe don't live here because you are performing satanic rituals in my basement.
I would sue. That is discrimination. There's plenty of probably upstanding Satanists out there in America right now.
I guess, maybe. Yeah, sure, why not?
These reported satanic rituals in the basement bring me back to something Father Gary Thomas told me in an interview about the Sallie house from 2016. Sent to the Vatican to learn the rite of exorcism, I turned to Father Thomas with questions about demonic possession, specifically the concept of infestation.
I was reading about something called infestation, where like a demon will just take hold of a house.
So if that family was involved in a satanic cult and they were doing other kinds of rituals and spells that are part of the cult, it would not at all surprise me if there was something demonic still attached, because that's where that cult basically had a home.
And it opened the portal.
Did Mary Liggett's rumored rituals open the portal in the basement of this cursed home? Here's another clip of Shane and I from 2016, this time in the basement.
Here we go.
You're out of your mind.
Rock and roll, buckaroo. If you want to eat my heart, turn that light on. If you want to eat Ryan's heart,
don't
turn
stop
that light
putting
on.
me in your shit.
Our old pal, Ryan Bergara.
Stop.
We're a package deal. Oh!
The lights on, Ryan. Look at the lights. Demon, we got him.
Jesus Christ.
Turn it off for us, please. For Ryan's sake.
No!
Fuck this house, dude. Fuck this house so hard.
So tonight, we return to the basement of the Sallie house to seek an answer to the one question we've been asking for the last 5 years. Are ghosts and or demons real?
All right, great to be back.
Yeah, so much fun being back down here. I love it. Oh, look, the demon hole.
Oh, my old demon hole.
Is there anybody down here with us? Say my name if you would like to communicate. Ryan.
Shane.
Well, kind of. Maybe. Maybe that was Ryan or Shane. Can you be a little clearer?
What's this?
Come this way. Which way? Are you in the hole? Hurry.
Hurry.
Are you in the hole?
Come on out the hole, fucker. Come on.
Get out of the hole. Come on.
Get out of the hole.
I'm giving you a big movie moment here. This is when you turn slowly around your shoulder and you say your last name. What? Do you want Shane to lay on the pentagram? So I'm not laying down there.
Character development. I think you should. There you go. Wide open. Oh, it's just waiting for you.
Yeah, it looks so appealing. Anybody down here with us?
Look, he's on a pentagram. If there is a demon down here with us, do please turn on the flashlight. In 3, 2, 1.
You know, if you want to follow Shane Madej home, turn the light on. Oh, there we go.
I mean, you're welcome to, honestly. If Ryan looks like a tasty little snack.
Oh, no.
Oh.
No, it's not fully. Oh, fuck, it's off.
Turn the light off if you're going to wait till we fall asleep to crawl into our little souls.
No. No.
Yeah, seems like it.
If you really would like to do that, I need to know that you're actually here. If there's something that's actually here and that's something you plan on doing, prove it by turning on the light right now. Suck it easy. Oh, but I didn't mean that. I did not mean that.
You did mean that.
I did not mean
Does that make you angry?
That was just a reflex.
Turn the light on if you think we're the greatest ghost hunters who ever lived.
Yeah! Yeah! Confirm it. We are the best ghost hunters in the fucking game who ever existed. Turn the light off right now, because I'm on the pentagram and I fucking did it for you, so turn the light off, please. Yes! Yeah!
We're Sallie approved!
Fuck yeah, Sallie. Let's get the fuck out of here, dude.
Well, now we have to do our solo investigations.
Ah, shit.
Well, here we are, the final investigation.
That's right. You've been very confident up until now, and now there's a genuine fear in your eyes.
It's gonna be fine. You're gonna go in there, you're gonna have a great investigation.
Yeah,
I'll see
be
you back
fine.
at the hotel.
No.
This is a very stupid idea.
Yeah, you're not gonna have fun in there.
There's no way I'm gonna make it 20 minutes. It's unbelievable. So long, friend.
Okay. A little one-on-one time with Sallie.
I really have no one to blame but myself. Not only for what happened tonight, but I mean for creating the show. It would be pretty sweet if I shit my pants in the series finale.
It's my little friend. She'll just kind of walk around with me, keep me safe. The second I walked into this room and I saw this funny little lady, I thought, there's a connection there. Sallie, if you're here, I'm all alone. I gave you a golden opportunity to possess a big lanky freak. And you blew it. You blew it. Hey, Sallie, it's me, Shane. We've met before. I was here 5 years ago. We've been telling you this all night. I'm an old friend, and I'm just looking for one of my demon pals. Would love to get to know you, love to hang out.
It's really hard for me to feel emotional right now at all, or any kind of like, oh, this is it. This is the last hurrah. Maybe if I try and latch onto that in the house, that'll help me be not as scared.
Sallie!
Sallie! Burn this whole house down, tear it asunder around me.
My guess is the fear is gonna take over my body, and I'm just gonna try and be crazier than her.
Maybe you could hop down here and just kill my ass. Pull my legs apart like a wishbone. You're blowing it. Once and for all, and I don't mean to make an ultimatum, but I'm just letting you know that unless you fucking kill us, then you're joining the ranks of Annabelle and Steve. You know, the losers. We boomed their asses, Sallie, and now we're booming yours, and you're not even doing anything about it. You're just sitting there and taking it. This is embarrassing for you. Nothing, huh? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. 'Cause that's what you are. Isn't that right, Sallie? You're a big nothing. You're powerless in the face of the Ghoul Boys. Is it over?
It is over.
Oh, time really flew.
It didn't fly for me, and I don't think it's gonna fly for me when I'm in there. Oh yeah, you heard some crazy stuff in there? Is that what you're gonna say?
I know, sometimes I do that as a joke.
Every time you've done that, but yeah.
Okay, I guess I've done it a few times.
Every time.
And I know every time I say, well, this time I'm serious.
Yeah.
But I heard some stuff.
I'm sure you did.
I did.
I'm sure you did.
Hey, come on. Look alive there.
It's gonna suck ass.
Yeah, I know, I'm telling you, that's real scary.
Okay. Well,
like
let's just get this over with, huh?
Yeah, wow. You say that like it's gonna be fast, but 20 minutes is a long time. Have fun. Say hi to Sallie.
Well, Sallie, you try any bullshit, I'll blast you right in the face, okay? Blast you with this holy water and you'll melt like a witch. Sorry, can't really think straight right now. All the fucking blood in my body is in my heart pumping. I'm gonna have a heart attack.
It was, you know, I think the houses are the scariest kind of solo investigation. They're very, the way the sound really deadens in there. It's also spooky to be in like a room and then, like the scariest thing that could happen is to hear something else somewhere in the house. None of that happened in there, but it has the potential for it. So yeah, spooky. Certainly spooky. It's a spooky house. Always has been. Always will be.
Whew! Boy, do I hate it in this kitchen and I'm alone. All right, let's fucking do this. If there's something in here with me, turn the flashlight on. Please don't. I'm gonna humbly request that you don't actually show yourself because frankly, I don't want you to. That moment has passed. But if you do want to show yourself, you can show me a sign by turning on that light right now. I am not my fear. I am stronger than my fear. Gonna go ahead and start my way up the fucking stairs. Fucking sucks, dude. I fucking hate this. Remember, packing. I'll shoot you in your face.
I don't think he's having a good time right now.
Okay, Sallie. Are you here with me in this nursery? Can you show me a sign? Ah, fucking fuck, shit, balls, fuck, dick. Yeah! Boy, do I hate this. Yeah! Fucking sucks. It sucks, sucks. Oh! I'm a crazy man. I'm a crazy man.
I'm a crazy man. I'm in the Pickman's bedroom. I'm a crazy man. Crazy man in the Pickman's bedroom. You can close one of these doors if you want. And they don't know you're here. And I'll fucking find you. Alrighty. Once again, the name is Ryan. Say my name back to me if you would like to communicate. Nobody on the spirit box, huh? What does that mean?
I think he'll go into the basement. I think he will. If he doesn't, then he's perhaps the biggest coward who ever lived.
Here we are! Series finale, baby! Is there anybody down here with me? What? You just say I'm insane? I know I'm insane! You have no idea how insane I am! Once again, is there anybody down here with me in this dank, disgusting basement that you call home? Right. You can't hear? You came here?
How'd it go?
It's over.
It's over.
That's how it went.
You ended it.
Oh, thank God.
Did you show her who's boss?
Yeah, no, I mean, I tried to play nice because I have to sleep there still.
Oh, right.
But I did lose my cool a couple points.
Well, let's get the sleeping bags. It's time for a slumber party. Bye.
See you later.
Thanks for hanging.
This is gonna be awful. Well, that's that.
Okay, getting set up here in the Sallie house. I've got a room full of dolls, and that is where I'll be sleeping. If I had to pick 2 people to spend the evening with, it's gonna have to be the old lady. She's number 1. And of course, this thing. Because she is stunning. An absolute vision. Good night.
Sleeping on the floor in a haunted house. Taking the shoes off, making myself comfortable at the Sallie house. A place I never thought that I would return to. What is my life? Okay, that bed is set. It's about 4-ish, 4:30 or something right now. Hearing footsteps upstairs, it sounds like almost. But from that ceiling, so that would be. Pickman's bedroom. It's morning time. Yay. I think I slept for like 15 minutes. I fell asleep for like 15, 20 minutes. Sweet freedom. A weight's been lifted.
Yeah.
The series is complete.
Oh, don't forget the spirit box.
Oh shit. Nope!
Now it's complete.
There you go. There you go.
Morning. Okay.
Just gonna keep that, but for for my own personal use, but unbelievable. After almost 6 years of traveling the world trying to answer the question, are ghosts real? We've finally reached the end of our journey in the very place we started it. From chilling crafts to cursed catacombs,
From no longer luminescent lighthouses to mystery mansions, from petrifying prisons to sinister sanatoriums, or back to the simple detective's office where the mere act of wonder was enough. Our curiosity has treated us to things both explained and unexplained, the assignment of which is dependent on who you ask. But whether you're a believer or not, I know one thing to be true. You believed in us, and for that, I'll always be grateful. And sure, we may have never definitively answered the question of are ghosts real? But in the end, in perhaps fitting fashion for a show that finds resolution in the unresolved, all I can say is I'm sure glad we didn't, because the pursuit and the friendship made along the way was far more fulfilling. I hope the ride was as joyous and full of discovery for you as it was for us. That being said, I ask you one last time, are ghosts real?
Who knows?
For now, and perhaps forever, the answer will graciously remain unsolved.
This is certainly a first-time experience for me. I've never really had to say goodbye, I guess, to an entire community of people. But since this is the position that I'm in right now, I'll give it a shot. This show definitely became something bigger to me than I ever thought it could. When I came up with it, I really just wanted the opportunity to talk to my friends, essentially. Through that experience, also having it give me opportunities in my career and the ability to do something that I love for a living is also something that I never thought would be possible. And that's largely and mostly in part because of you guys. If it wasn't for every single one of you who watched this show, there's no way that him and I are sitting behind this desk right now. I know sometimes thank you is not enough, but I really hope it is right now, because that's really all I can say right now. Thank you, truly, from the bottom of my heart, for Shane, for everybody who works on this crew, who's ever done anything on this show. Thank you for the opportunity for letting us make this for you. I really do hope that you enjoyed it as much as we did. You know, this isn't totally goodbye. We're still gonna make content. I hope you watch it, I hope you support it, but if not, thanks for riding along this far. All I can really think is, God damn, this was fun. It really was the time of my life. And I know I have a lot of life left to live, but I'd be hard pressed if it gets better than this. This has been an amazing experience, so thank you.
I wish I had spoken first, because it's just a big dilly-dilly from me, you know, and been one hell of a ride. You know, as someone who did not grow up thinking, boy, I would love to be a
ghost hunter.
A ghost hunter.
Neither did I.
I can't think of anyone I would have rather become the best ghost hunters in the world with. And that's largely due to Ryan. I'm just here for the wakas. But,
yeah, well, you know, guys, they're wearing masks right now because we're filming this during COVID times, but us and our strange sect of ninjas would love to thank all of you guys for supporting Unsolved for as long as you have. And I guess we'll see you next time. It's been great, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.